The life story of Louis Braille, the creator of the Braille font, and a motivational quote from Louis Braille. January 6th is the day dead the inventor of Braille. She is Louis Braille. Louis Braille invented the embossed point system that allowed the blind to read and write, which was later named after him, Braille. Louis Braille was born on January 4, 1809 in Coupvray, in the Seine-et-Marne, about 40 kilometers east of Paris. The youngest of 4 siblings, he was raised by loving and caring parents. A tragic accident at the age of 3 in his father's saddle shop left Louis blind. Imitating his father and holding a sharp tool, his right eye was badly injured. Medical knowledge at the time could not save his eyesight. The infection spread to both eyes, and at the age of 5 Louis was completely blind. Fortunately, Louis was fortunate to be raised in a close-knit family, with parents who wanted to give him a good education despite his severe disability, which at the time was extraordinary. After learning the alphabet, made with nails driven into wooden planks, he attended Pastor Palai's classes, before going to a village school for 3 years. Extremely talented and intelligent, he quickly became one of his most brilliant students. When he was 10 years old in February 1819, Louis Braille left his family for the Royal Institute for the Young Blind in Paris, the school founded by Valentine Hauy in 1785, where he was fortunate to be accepted. Given his extraordinary intelligence and early discovery of the alphabet, the institute hired him as a teacher when he was only 17 years old. He taught grammar, mathematics, history, geography, and music. He also played the organ in several churches in Paris. At school, reading and writing are carried out with a system introduced by Valentine Hauy, black letters in relief. However, these letters are very difficult to read by touch and impossible to write. When Louis Braille was 12 years old, he first tried Charles Barbier de Lasserre's system, called sonography, which transcribes phonetic sounds using 12 elevated dots, protruding points. While he was enthusiastic about the new code, which was much easier to read and write, it lacked phonetics, similar to text messaging, and was too tall for direct tactile reading. At a very young age, between the ages of 12 and 16, Louis Braille began to adapt and perfect the Barbier de Lasserre system. He managed to create a complete alphabet, including punctuation marks, numbers and mathematical symbols, and musical notes. Being a musician himself, he expanded his system to include musical notation when he was 19 years old. In addition to Braille, Louis Braille made other important discoveries, including decapoint, or orthography, which for years allowed the blind to easily write to those who could see, using black letters with raised dots. But despite his great interest, since decision-making was governed by people who could see, who preferred a more traditional black lettering system, it took another 20 years before the Louis Braille alphabet was used, though it has been successful. Due to poor health, Louis Braille died of tuberculosis at the Royal Institute for the Blind Youth on January 6, 1852 at the age of 43. He was buried in his village cemetery, Coupvray, a few days later. His ashes were transferred to the Panthéon on June 21, 1852. Here are some quotes from Louis Braille that are the motivation for people with disabilities equals. Live without seeing, but be what you are. Braille is knowledge, and knowledge is power. We should be treated equally, and communication is the way to make that happen. Access to communication in a broad sense is access to knowledge, and it is very important for us if we do not want to continue to be humiliated or belittled by people with low vision.